Hey everyone, so I wanted to do this video on how to simplify the process of manifesting and what to do when it feels like you're doing everything right, but your manifestation still hasn't shown up yet. So, manifesting is easy. Here are the two things that you need to know in order to manifest what you want. Your thoughts create your reality, and circumstances never matter. Never, ever, ever. I'm not saying that metaphorically. I'm not saying that just to try to motivate you. They literally never matter. The circumstances never matter, and you can literally always get whatever it is that you want. Because the circumstances are just a projection of your old thoughts anyway. So you have been manifesting since the day that you were born. You just weren't conscious of it. And now that you are conscious of it, you can start using your thoughts to create the reality that you actually want. Also, I'm filming some of these parts later in the day because I was having troubles with the file and I wasn't getting what I felt like I wanted to say in this video out clearly. So I'm filming some more parts now, so if the cuts look weird, that's why. There are thousands of videos on manifesting, and they all point to the same thing. So every law of attraction teacher has their own methods of teaching you the ways that they think are easiest for you to apply to try to help simplify the process for you. And the only reason for that is we're trying to understand manifesting from a conditioned mind. So the mind doesn't accept simplicity as an answer because it wants logical, factual information. So the only reason that we will teach law of attraction all these different ways, and we can say the teachings in an infinite number of different phrases and ways that you can apply it, but they all point to the same thing. And the only reason for that is to help you get a better understanding, to try to neutralize your thoughts as much as possible and kind of clear up any questions that you might have. But any question that we have is just a projection of our limiting beliefs. Manifesting really is that simple. It's your thoughts create your reality, and the circumstances never matter. So the only hard part is persisting with your new beliefs regardless of what's showing up in your reality, because circumstances can pop up periodically that are just a projection of the old thoughts, and it can throw us off course and make us feel like it's not working, we're not getting what we want, we still have work to do, which that is a limiting belief in itself. So I know it sounds paradoxical, like everything about manifesting is a paradox really, but think about it. It is a limiting belief to believe that you have limiting beliefs. So as long as you are focused on what you want and knowing that you can get it, you are doing it correctly. So a lot of people, sometimes the only question that we have left is, okay, I'm doing everything correctly. I'm saying my affirmations. I'm feeling good about it. So why isn't it here yet? And this is where simplifying the process can be so beneficial, because let's say I have these foundational beliefs of I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving, I never get what I want. Those three core foundational beliefs, from those beliefs, you can manifest infinite thoughts that stem from those beliefs and project out into your reality. So if I reframe that and know that I'm worthy, I'm deserving, I always get what I want, an infinite amount of thoughts stem from those beliefs that project outward. So it's not necessary to really tackle the specific belief of what you think it is that's blocking your manifestation. Really, the core foundational belief that you need is if you just know I always get what I want, that covers everything. A lot of people feel the need to go specific, and they're kind of afraid almost to go general because we think that if we're not specific with our affirmations, then the universe isn't going to understand what we want. It's not going to deliver us the right thing. The universe knows exactly what you want because the universe is the consciousness that already exists inside of you and inside all of us. We are extensions of the universe. Let's say you're interested in a specific person and you've been wanting to hear from them. If I tell you you are always getting contact from whoever you want to hear from, your mind automatically knows who I'm referring to and the person you want to receive that contact from. You don't have to visualize their face. You don't have to forcibly say their name in your affirmations. Your subconscious mind knows exactly what it is that you want. So that's why going general and bringing the focus back to ourselves, because everyone is us pushed out. That's why Neville Goddard said in his teaching, there's no one to change but self, because when you change the thoughts and beliefs that you have about yourself, the whole world around you reflects that. So by bringing the attention back to ourselves and affirming, I'm loved, I'm worthy, I'm deserving, I always get what I want, those beliefs right there imply what it is that you're trying to manifest, because somebody who knows that they're loved, worthy, deserving, and they always get what they want is going to receive whatever they want. So the reason why we can sometimes have a tendency to be a little frantic about manifesting and being really strict on ourselves on where our focus is, if we're giving attention to unwanted things, it can cause us to spiral and say things like, okay, well, now I'm definitely doing it wrong, and now it's definitely not going to manifest because my focus isn't where it needs to be, and I need to change this, and I'm trying to manifest it quickly. I want it to show up now because we want instant gratification. And we're still making the manifesting process conditional on the manifestation showing up. What we have to understand is that the process of manifesting, the first change that's going to happen before the actual physical manifestation is you're going to feel an internal change. It all starts from inside of you. So when you start feeling more relaxed about the process, you're not focusing on how it's going to get here, when it's going to show up. You're just confident in knowing that it's going to happen, and you're allowing thoughts, whatever pop up, just to be there and not forcibly trying to reframe them. You're just relaxing into the process and knowing whatever's showing up, that means I'm getting what I want. Regardless of the circumstances popping up, doesn't matter. I'm still getting what I want. Doesn't matter what thoughts I'm having right now. Doesn't matter what type of mood I'm in. If I'm having a bad day, I'm still always getting what I want. When you can relax into the process, then that's how the manifestation ends up showing up. A lot of us want those instant results, which, by the way, think about it this way. Think about how boring life would be if manifesting was literally that simple, where you just thought about something, snapped your fingers, and then it showed up in your reality. I know in theory it sounds like that's what we all want, but it truly would be boring because eventually, like, your mind, your desires are infinite. So eventually you're just gonna get bored of things popping up because all that's doing is just providing you with that instant gratification and that validation. Like, it's a novelty and it ends up wearing off. That's why you want the focus of manifesting to be how you feel internally, because when you're not focused on achieving the desire, and it doesn't mean that you don't have to want the desire, because we came into this world to live the human experience and have desires. So it's normal for us to have desires. We should have desires. You came here to experience the fulfillment of those desires. But when you make your focus on what you want to become, so a person who's confident that they're going to get what they want, everything comes to them, they could just relax and go on about their day because they know that there's no work that needs to be done from them. They're just going to get what they want. When you experience that change internally, your manifestation is right around the corner. And think about why you need it to show up right now, because all that really does is signify a lack of trust. So we can say things like, oh, well, we're just impatient, we want it to show up now. But think about it this way. If somebody had the power to look into a crystal ball and they told you whatever you're trying to manifest, it's going to show up exactly 6 months from now. And I'm not saying it's going to take that long to manifest whatever you're trying to manifest. I'm just using this as an example. But if somebody told you it's going to manifest exactly 6 months from now, for like a second, you might be thinking, oh, okay, really? Like, it's going to happen 6 months from now? I wish it would happen sooner. But mostly you just feel relieved. And then you know, okay, well, there's nothing left for me to do. I know it's going to show up 6 months from now. So I'm going to spend the next 6 months of my life just doing what I want because I know that there's nothing that needs to be done for me. I'm going to get what I want. So more so than impatience, what it really is a fear of the uncertainty. And that's where the lack of trust comes in, because we aren't fully believing yet that we're going to get what we want. So we think that we constantly have to work for it. We always have to stay on top of our affirmations. We can't slip up, otherwise we're going backwards in the process. Manifesting is not a trying process. It is as simple as wherever you put your focus and wherever you persist in that, that is what will show up in your reality, and the circumstances never matter. So I've said in another video that there's a lot of rules I find in the manifesting community. So a lot of people will be searching for the perfect affirmations. And so when you feel like you're doing everything correctly, like you're staying on focus, but then either a circumstance will pop up, and a circumstance can be anything that contradicts what you're trying to manifest. Or sometimes the sole circumstance will be you're doing everything right, and then you're reminded that it hasn't shown up yet. So your focus is on the fact that it's not here yet. So when that happens, because of our conditioned thinking and the fact that we've been programmed to believe that this process is so much harder than it actually is, whenever we feel like we're doing something right, but the manifestation hasn't shown up yet, we're making the process of manifesting dependent on actually seeing the evidence in our reality. So when the manifestation didn't arrive yet, we have a habit of being, okay, well, I guess that means I have more work to do. I guess that means there's some limiting belief that I haven't uncovered. And all that's doing is putting our attention back on the circumstance and saying, I don't have this thing yet, and I need to keep trying to manifest it into my life. So you're focusing from a place of lack, and you feel like there's more work that you have to do. So reality is going to keep showing you that, and you're going to keep trying to manifest something. You're manifesting the experience of trying to manifest something instead of just allowing it to unfold. So by focusing on whatever you think your limiting beliefs are and saying, okay, so I must have some lingering limiting belief here that's causing a block in my manifestation. So you're creating the experience of trying to work through the issues instead of actually getting through them. So when a circumstance does pop up, and for this video, I'm just going to use the example of it's not here yet, because any circumstance that shows up in your reality that contradicts what you're trying to create, it's just reinforcing the fact that it's not here yet. So there's two ways to move through this resistance. Some people, when they're doing everything right, they're moving along, they're staying in their affirmations, they're doing everything correctly, and then circumstance pops up and they say, it's not here yet. That means I must be doing something wrong. That means there must be more work for me to do. This is hard. I'm never going to be able to manifest. And they start backtracking. Instead, when a circumstance does pop up, because it's human. We've been programmed for years to react to our circumstances. So even if you've been doing this for years, if you've mastered how to consciously manifest, you're going to have the experience of acknowledging that what you're trying to manifest hasn't arrived yet. So when that does pop up and you're moving along in your affirmations and then you realize it's still not here, then you could say, no, hold on, I'm doing everything right. This circumstance is powerless. I'm going to persist in my affirmations, knowing that I'm doing everything correctly. Regardless of what's showing up in my reality, I'm going to get what I want. It should be a very effortless process. Now, give yourself permission to react to the circumstances. Like if you feel like you need to cry it out, if something is just completely not going your way or you're getting really frustrated with the process, be gentle with yourself because we're all human. You are learning a completely new way of thinking from how your brain is programmed to thinking. So instead of beating ourselves up and wondering, why can't I get this right? Why is it so hard for me to maintain my focus? Be gentle with yourself and remind yourself, I am learning. I am getting better and better at this every day. Every single day, I am finding it easier to persist in my beliefs and not react to my circumstances. If I am having a bad moment, I'm going to give myself permission to react. I'm not going to judge myself or demonize myself for reacting to this negative situation. I'm just going to purge out whatever I need to let out and then move past that and continue to persist in my assumption. And you're going to do that every single time a circumstance does pop up. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. As always, if you have any more specific questions about whatever you're trying to manifest, then leave me a comment and I will try to do a video on that. But it really is that simple, guys. Just as long as you're maintaining your focus, if you fall, just get back up. It's human. It's part of the process. Don't beat yourself up if you're reacting to circumstances. Just know that there is absolutely nothing you can do to mess up your manifestation. If you fall back, if you find yourself falling back into old patterns, then just pick yourself up and get back up. Because I said in another video that just the fact alone that you're able to be aware of your thoughts and catch yourself that you're in this negative state, that's already huge progress, because it means that you're, instead of lingering in this state of negativity where it would have felt so normal for you that you wouldn't have even noticed it, you're at least now able to catch yourself whenever you are in a negative pattern of thinking, allowing yourself to feel whatever it is you need to feel, and then taking whatever little steps you can to move past it and continue to persist. So that's really all it is. As long as you are focusing on what you want and knowing that you can get it and you persist, nothing is going to mess up your manifestation. One way or another, it is going to come to you. It is not our job to figure out the how, the when, the why. Just keep persisting. It all starts in here first, and then it will manifest outwards. So I hope you guys found this video helpful, and I'll see you in my next one.